The next section of case interviews that we want to investigate is brainstorming. Brainstorming is a key skill that you must understand and be able to implement at many stages through a case. So, what actually is brainstorming? Brainstorming is the exercise of generating possible hypotheses or solutions for the business problem you are facing. Through a brainstorming section, you could show your ability to be creative, structured, and analytical, and show that you have strong worldly and business nous. Brainstorming type questions can be asked during a case interview or on their own as a separate problem. Using these creative thinking questions at various stages throughout an interview, an interviewer will challenge your creative thinking skills to determine how well you will perform as a consultant. So, why do consultants need to be able to brainstorm? Well, everyday clients present consultants with issues they cannot solve themselves. Therefore, consultants must have the ability to both solve problems that business owners cannot and provide creative recommendations that guide them to the solution. Now you understand what brainstorming questions are. Let's look at the steps you should follow to consistently brainstorm creative ideas. The first step is to define and structure your problem. To do so, you must first understand the scope of the brainstorming exercise. What is the issue, and what is the outcome you're looking to achieve? Once you have defined the scope, you should then create a mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive MECE structure to generate a solution through. Step 2 is to prioritise the drivers you will follow to reach your targeted outcome. To do so, you must consider 3 key factors. 1. Any context, numbers, or data you have previously been given. 2. The impact of your suggestions. 3. The likelihood and feasibility of your suggestions. Once you have structured your problem and prioritised the drivers, you must drive your analysis towards your objective by hypothesizing suggested solutions. A strong hypothesis that you suggest should be logical, deliberate, and creative. Interviewers will ask the same question to 10 different candidates throughout an interview day. So it is critical you are creative and unique in the way you provide potential solutions to these types of questions. When you are creatively brainstorming, a strong candidate will consider and reference the following key points. 1. Is this brainstorming exercise a structured or unstructured task? 2. Is this brainstorming exercise hypothesis or solutions based? 3. Are you focusing on what the interviewer is wanting to hear based on all the information you have been given? If you consider all these key factors, you can be sure your ideas will impress the interviewer. Now that you understand the steps you should follow to brainstorm creative ideas, let's complete a brainstorming exercise together. For this brainstorming exercise, we will continue to work through the Blue Park example. If you would like to refresh your memory, pause the video now to read the prompt. The brainstorming prompt is: your team has decided to recommend introducing coffee at all Blue Park stores. However, there is a large labour shortage of baristas due to recent growth in the cafe industry. What are some possible strategies Blue Park can use to overcome this issue? Our first steps are to define and structure the question. Firstly, we must understand the scope of the brainstorming exercise. This is: 1. We must define the issue, a shortage of skilled labour. 2. We must define the outcome we are targeting, trained barista staff. 3. We must create an MECE structure. To brainstorm creative ideas from our MECE structure highlights 2 methods to gain skilled labour. 1. Train existing staff. 2. Hire new skilled staff. Next, we must prioritise the drivers of our hypothesis by looking at the impact, feasibility, and context of Blue Park's situation. In this case, there are no exact numbers or data to consider. So, given the current shortage of skilled labour, it may be more feasible to look at upskilling our current staff with the relevant barista training. Therefore, we should prioritise current labour over sourcing new skilled labour. Now we have considered the scope of the issue and structured our solution and prioritised drivers. It is time to hypothesise potential recommendations for the client. Our recommendations have been broken down into 2 key areas. 1. Upskilling existing staff, and 2. Hiring new staff. Given the current labour shortage, we believe that upskilling existing staff is the most viable option. Blue Park should utilise an external course or hire a trainer to upskill their staff internally. Given we have to upskill staff across all 50 US states, enrolling staff in external training courses is the option that allows us to train staff the fastest. This will help us reach our goal of increasing revenue in the short term. Alternatively, we can look at hiring new staff. If we are looking to hire new staff, we have two options. 1. Hire trained barista staff, and 2. Hire untrained staff. This is a less viable option due to the current labour shortage. However, it is important to touch on the other side of the equation to show completion in our considerations.